So thanks for coming. My name is Douglas Hurd. I work for Cisco Security. I manage part of a technical alliance program that's all about making Cisco products, Cisco security products, work well with third-party products like Toofan because they're important to you. We maintain that we have probably the most extensible security framework of all of the big vendors in cybersecurity, with over a dozen different APIs that allow us to share data with third-party products and also allow our products to ingest all kinds of interesting data from other products. So I'm all about alliances, and I can talk about APIs and Cisco integration points all day long. And I'm doing that over in the Cisco Security Pavilion for the balance of the Cisco Live event. So I'm going to just zip through a couple of slides here and give you an idea of how Cisco and Tufin come together, kind of what's going to happen going down the road with all the ASA stroke firepower, formerly known as SourceFire technology. There's confusion among some of our customers, and I want to help kind of clear that up in the context of what Cisco and Tufin do. So quick setting the framework here. You know, before I was a Cisco person, I was a SourceFire person, and I worked in product management and alliances. And a question I got over and over and over again was, when are you going to work with Tufin? When are you going to work with Tufin? And we weren't a firewall company; we were an IPS company, but IPS technology was starting to gain traction as a mitigating control in a lot of environments. It wasn't just about compliance with firewall technology. There were things you could do with IPS to help address compliance issues as well. Yet we didn't have the extensibility. There was no way for Tufin to pull policy off our platform and really use it in a meaningful way, nor could they push policy into the SourceFire platform. And that's changing, so I'll come back to that. But these are the kind of things I live by in my business. No one does it all. Cisco's got about 18 security products now, but we partner with about 100 different companies, because even if we have a lot of products and we do more acquisitions, there's so much more that we don't do, and those technologies that are important to our customers are the ones that we want to work with. Security is a boutique business. My theory is that the nature of the threat changes so fast, there's no way any one company can put it all together in a way that's going to give you anything approaching a one-stop shop. You're going to buy clusters of technologies from a handful of vendors, and then you're going to buy lots of little things to fill in all those gaps. And I don't think that's going to change for another 10 years. I've been doing this for 20, and that kind of magic solution, it's never going to happen, right? But, you know, what you can do is make life as painless as possible for customers with intelligent integration. We found that enterprise customers typically use 40 to 50 different vendor products today. I mean, that's crazy, 40 to 50. Of course they want to use less, but they're not able to. They're overwhelmed with tons and tons of security data. They want products to work together as best as possible. Automation is a big deal in our business. If you can automate stuff and save customers a lot of time, then they can focus on those security events that really matter, the things that can impact their business. So where you can automate things such as policy management, you can make things a lot better for customers. And I notice, you know, I go to RSA every year. I've been there 11 or 12 years in a row, and this year there were 550 companies at RSA in cybersecurity. Right? It's 100 more than any other show I've ever been to. So it just gives you an idea how intense this business is. So the consolidation will never end, but there's always going to be a lot of vendors in the market. I'm convinced of it. So this is my thing, right? Cisco Security Technical Alliance Program. This is a program within a program. Cisco has the SPP program, which is about 700 vendors, but I'm interested in the ones that work with cybersecurity, and so we created our own brand and our own umbrella program within the security business unit that leverages DevNet and SPP as a foundation for our Security Alliance program. So we focus on all of these different product sets, and we're 100% focused on cybersecurity. So my partnership with Tufin is all about cybersecurity and working with those features on both of our product ends that help customers in cybersecurity. I mentioned over a dozen different APIs. Now here's the real one right here. As far as it relates to firepower, formerly known as SourceFire, we finally, after about 10 years, have introduced a read-write API that allows firewall and IPS policy information to be a read and write, give those things a read and write capability. So now some of the things we've wanted to do for Tufin for a long time are really starting to come together. Market leader in security orchestration with over 1,700 customers, with a whole lot of awards to back up what Tufin does. So the key elements here for Tufin is that you gain visibility and control across heterogeneous networks. We're trying to sell a next generation firewall technology now called Firepower Threat Defense. This is a convergence of the SourceFire technology and ASA. And I want to make a point, though, this is really important. Cisco is not forcing customers to go in either direction. If you're an ASA customer and you want to be an ASA customer forever, Cisco's happy to continue to work with you as an ASA customer. If you're formerly a SourceFire, now Cisco Firepower customer, and that's the platform you like and you don't want to expand the capabilities of that deployment beyond what it does today, that's fine too. If you want to, and a lot of customers are going this route, you can go with Firepower Threat Defense, and that's available on certain ASA hardware or in certain software packages, more going forward. And this converges the best of ASA, which is the ability to handle just incredibly high-scale firewall, huge ACL sets that are just way beyond what SourceFire ever envisioned. Putting that stuff together with the best-in-class IPS technology and anti-malware technology, right? So you can combine those products and deploy them instead of, in addition to, or when you refresh, or never if you don't want to. But this API and this partnership with Tufin is all about making it easy as possible for Cisco customers to migrate, stay where they are, or move from one vendor to another vendor, or to manage heterogeneous environments. And that's the bulk of what I'm here for right now, is to emphasize that, right? So if you look at the basic applications that the Orchestration Suite provides, we cover application connectivity, network and security automation, and security compliance through physical networks, firewalls, and next generation firewalls. And this is key right now for the now Cisco Firepower technology and working with Tufin, whether it's private cloud or public cloud with security groups. And this is key here. The APIs, that's what I'm all about. I'm all about APIs, and Tufin provides REST APIs for IT service management, scripting and automation, which is key to the integration that's being developed right now between the Cisco Firepower platform and Tufin. So, some more key points here. Security policy, visibility, and control in heterogeneous environments. We've talked about that. Monitor and manage policies, that's also key here, and that's where the Cisco ASA and Cisco Firepower technology meets Tufin. The ability to run connectivity analysis, define and enforce a unified security policy across multiple vendor products. Hey, we want to be the only supplier into your organization as far as firewall and IPS technology goes, but the reality is we're not, right? It's just not going to happen. So what we want to do is be as easy to use, if not more so, than anybody else. And tools like Tufin make it easier for you to manage policy across those multiple vendors. Maintain continuous compliance. Real-time alerting and reporting is also important because there's all kinds of legislative requirements that you have to deal with depending on the nature of the business you're in. The platform provides a comprehensive audit trail of all the sort of policy changes and so on. Ultimately, these sort of tools should make it a little bit harder for the bad guys to beat up on your network by reducing the attack surface. And also helps you manage end-to-end change across the network and hopefully do that in an automated fashion. So these are the points I made up front, and I just want to come back to them. So, my personal job, my job at Cisco day to day is about managing partnerships around APIs with particular focus on what we call SourceFire, now Firepower APIs. And this new REST API was introduced a couple of months ago. Tufin is already working with it. So in this first phase, it's pretty straightforward for all the firewall policy, and a lot of configuration information from the IPS can be written. You can write or you can read or write that data today. And a release we're going to do later this year, we're going to fill out that API with a full IPS policy read-write API. So this is pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to a growing partnership with Tufin. Thank you for your time. I think that's probably the last point I'm going to make. And that's it. So somebody's going to win a drone now.